Quick bread is any bread leavened with leavening agents other than yeast or eggs. Quick breads include many cakes, brownies and cookies as well as banana bread, beer bread, biscuits, cornbread, muffins, pancakes, scones, and soda bread. Preparing a quick bread generally involves 2 mixing bowls. One contains all dry ingredients and one contains all wet ingredients. In some variations, the dry ingredients are in a bowl and the wet ingredients are heated sauces in a saucepan off heat and cooled. History: quick bread most probably originated in the United States at the end of the 18th century. Before the creation of quick bread, baked goods were leavened with either yeast or by mixing dough with eggs. During the American Civil War, the demand for food was high, and labor for conventional bread making was scarce. Thus, bread was rapidly made and leavened with baking soda, instead of yeast. Hence the name quick bread. The discovery, or rediscovery, of chemical leavening agents and their widespread military, commercial and home utilization in the United States dates back to 1846 with the introduction of commercial baking soda, in New York Messrs. Church and Dwight of Arm and Hammer for Mayor and to 1856 with the introduction of commercial baking powder, in Massachusetts, although perhaps the best-known form of baking powder is Calumet, first introduced in West Hammond, Illinois Hammondin in 1889. Both forms of food-grade chemical leaveners are still being produced under their original names, although not within the same corporate structure. The unavailability of these chemical leaveners in the American South, during the Civil War, contributed to a food crisis therein. Indeed, even an essential food flavoring and food preservation agent, salt, was in short supply, and often had to be reclaimed and reused. Leavening process: during the chemical leavening process, agents are added into the dough during mixing. These agents undergo a chemical reaction to produce carbon dioxide, hence increasing the baked goods volume and producing shape and texture. Yeast breads often take hours to rise, and the resulting baked goods texture can vary greatly based on external factors such as temperature. However, breads made with chemical leavening agents are relatively uniform, reliable, and quick. Usually, the resulting baked good is softer and lighter. Examples of such agents include a weak base, such as baking soda, plus a weak acid, such as cream of tartar, lemon juice or cultured buttermilk, to elicit an acid-base reaction that releases carbon dioxide. Baking powder can also be used as it contains an acid and a base and simply needs a liquid medium in which to react. Other leavening agents are egg whites beaten to form stiff peaks as in the case of many waffle recipes, and steam, in the case of cream puffs. Nevertheless, in a commercial process, designated chemical leavening acids and bases are used to make gas production consistent and controlled. Examples of acid-base combinations include: almost all quick breads have the same basic ingredients: flour, leavening, eggs, fat, and liquids such as milk. Ingredients beyond these basic ingredients are included for variation in flavor and texture. The type of bread produced is variable based predominantly on the method of mixing, the major flavoring, and the ratio of liquid in the batter. Some batters are thin enough to pour, and others thick enough to mold into lumps. Mixing methods: there are 3 basic methods for quick breads: the stirring method, the creaming method, and the shortening method. These 3 methods combine the rise of the chemical leavener with advantageous lift from other ingredients. The stirring method, also known as the quick bread method, blending method and muffin method. This method is for pancakes, muffins, cornbread, dumplings, and fritters. It calls for measurement of dry and wet ingredients separately, then quickly mixing the two. Often wet ingredients include beaten eggs, which have trapped air that makes the product rise. In these recipes, the fats are liquid, such as cooking oil. Usually mixing is done using a tool with a wide head such as a spoon or spatula to prevent the dough from becoming overbeaten and deflating the eggs lift. The creaming method is frequently used for cake batters. The butter and sugar are creamed, or beaten together, until smooth and fluffy. Eggs and liquid flavoring are mixed in, and finally dry and liquid ingredients are added in. The creaming method combines rise gained from air pockets in the creamed butter with the rise from the chemical leaveners. Gentle folding of the final ingredients prevents destroying these pockets. The shortening method, also known as the biscuit method, is used for biscuits and scones. This method cuts solid fat into flour and other dry ingredients using a food processor, pastry blender, or 2 forks. The layering from this process gives rise and adds flakiness as the folds of fat melt during baking. Confusingly, while this technique produces shortened cakes and breads. Dough consistency. Quick breads also vary widely in the consistency of their dough or batter. There are 4 main types of quick bread batter: pour batter, drop batter, soft dough and stiff dough. Pour batters, such as pancake batter, have a liquid-to-dry ratio of about 1:1 and so pours in a steady stream. Also called a low-ratio baked good. Drop batters, such as cornbread and muffin batters, have a liquid-to-dry ratio of about 1:2. Soft doughs, such as mini chocolate chip cookie doughs, have a liquid-to-dry ratio of about 1:3. Soft doughs stick significantly to work surfaces. Stiff doughs, such as pie crust and sugar cookie doughs, have a liquid-to-dry ratio of about 1:8. Stiff doughs are easy to work in that they only minimally stick to work surfaces, including tools and hands. Also called high-ratio baked good. The above are volumetric ratios and are not based on bakers' percentages or weights. See also, bread, list of quick breads. References, AB Chemical Leavening. Retrieved March 16, 2012. Quick breads. Retrieved March 12, 2012. Quick breads. Archived from the original on December 21, 2011. A.B. Seeley, H.M., and Lim, T.C. Bakery Products. In Wai Hui, Handbook of Food Science, Technology, and Engineering. Boca Raton, CRC Press, Gillespie, Gregor 1001 Muffins, biscuits, donuts, pancakes, waffles, popovers, fritters, scones, and other quick breads. New York, Black Dog and Leventhal Publishers. Pages 9. ISBN 1-57912-042-3. http www.tpubcomadministrations/14163-188 htm, Brown, A. Understanding Food, Principles and Preparation, Belmont, California, Wadsworth. Baking 101, Quick Bread, Mixing Bread Dough, QuakerOats.com. Retrieved October 4, 2014. Methods of Mixing Quick Breads. Retrieved October 4, 2014. Quick Bread. Mahalo.com. Retrieved October 4, 2014. How Baking Works, Crafty Baking, formerly Baking 9/11. Retrieved November 28, 2014. Further reading, Cooks Illustrated. The Quick Breads Recipe. America's Test Kitchen. ISBN 0-936184-74-4, Professional Cooking, 6th edition. Chapter 31, Quick Breads. ISBN 978-0-471-66374-4, The Art of Quick Breads, 1st edition. ISBN 0-8118-0540-9.